morning, 7:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. We're turning to be somewhat of a bullish thesis here before the Fed talks tomorrow and finishes the two-day meeting. Like I was saying, I was expecting a pump to happen, the pump and dump. I was just hoping we could get a little bit lower before it started. We did not. But total crypto market cap is stabilizing at 1.65 trillion. So what does that mean? I think for Bitcoin, for most of the crypto market, I think we could be experiencing a 10 to 15% rally. We closed over the 30-minute time frame in the 200-day. The only thing that's a little tricky here is what's really going to happen. So we got to watch. This is a key right here. If we can break through here, and I'm glad I'm on right now. I always come up on a key time, but 36,910. Let's see if we can break this real quick while we're on. That's a nice trading range right there. If we can get above that, we're clear until about 37,571, but obviously not clear because we have the 37,000 level right here, but we've got to get through this little peak right here. Otherwise, there could always be a little retracement back down to the 30-minute time frame before we have any kind of substantial rally. So I don't want to jump the gun, but it definitely looks like we could have something brewing here. With the daily close of Bitcoin, it wasn't bad, honestly. We closed over where we needed to, over the 30. We were well over the 36,568. That's what I'm saying. We might retest real quick, but if we hold the 36,568 on a retest, I think we're going to move up. I think before the Fed talks, we've been talking about all day, I think XRP can get to 64,744, and probably any upside would be capped at that 69,853. So it's still a decent run there. And then I also see AAV's got my attention. It hasn't moved, but it's on the sideways. It's going to make another level. You can already see that. So I think AVE, if you're even being conservative and you're like, okay, well, how far is it going to go? Well, you can just be conservative and say, okay, we had a nice little move like that. We'll just break it out. And it gets us up to about that 176, close to it. So if you go from where we're at, we'll just say 152. You're talking, even just up to here is 13%. But if we make it up to this cup, that's 16%. And that's, I'm considering very heavily, but I don't really like to trade the first 90 minutes of close, just like the stock market, because you want to see the direction playing out. But if this holds true, I'm going to play AVE, and I'm going to play a 13 all the way up to when the Fed talks. Because my line right now, I'm hoping that I can get a chance if it will retest this 147.6. Then you have an upward potential of 30%, 20 or 18.63%. And then if you got rejected here, it's 10% still at least. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm really heavily considering this. I'm going to hit the intro so you guys can hit that like button. Then I got a lot to read. Welcome back, everybody. I appreciate you hitting that like button. So, first things first, Bitcoin, Ethereum, technical analysis. Bitcoin bounces back after Monday's sell-off. So, this is what I want to read so that you can see what we're looking at. So, Bitcoin, which fell on an intraday low of 33,184, during yesterday's session was up close to 9% as of writing, hitting a high of 37,247 in the process after a false breakout from support level of 34,170 to start the week. Today's move saw Bitcoin climb from this point, with some anticipating the potential for a rally towards resistance at 40,000. That's what I'm trying to convince myself is going to happen, because the neckline's at 40,000. So you'd expect a retest of the neckline on a head and shoulders topping reversal to prove it resistance now. And the only way to get bullish out of this is to break that neckline again. So I'd fully anticipate a retest of the neckline. And if we do, that would be our capping any upside at 40,000. But that, I think we're going to have a 13 to 20% pump in the market across the board if we prove true here in the next about hour. And we'll do this in the next 24 hours. And then we'll come crashing back down probably when the Fed talks tomorrow in the mid-afternoon when Jerome Powell finally speaks. So I was hoping Bitcoin would go a little bit farther. It missed my target by about 400. XRP missed by about 2.5 cents. But as we've been saying, to buy in certain levels, so you already know what you're doing. But this is definitely a swing opportunity if everything plays true like this. So looking at the chart below, Bitcoin bulls appear to have re-entered as many expected at this level, similar to July's move. However, with the RSI still oversold, many remain skeptical of a full-scale bull run. It's not going to be a bull run, guys. This is going to be a bull trap. Make no mistake about it. There's no bull run coming. So if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. Obviously, this isn't a bull run. This is a bull trap. Now that the short-term 10-day EMA red has somewhat eased its downtrend momentum, traders will be anticipating a potential reversal as the chances of an upward cross gradually increase. One thing to consider is whether we are seeing long-term Bitcoiners buying the dip. And now Ethereum. In the last 7 days, Ethereum has fallen over 20% in value. However, today saw a slight easing of the bearish pressure as bulls re-entered the race. As of writing, Ethereum rose to intraday high of 24.63 after almost falling below 2,000 on Monday, recording its lowest rate since July as a result. Looking at today's chart, it appears to show that Ethereum has found an interim floor, despite the long-term descending triangle hinting at further downside pressure. But we can retest the symmetrical triangle. That's what I'm saying. We have possible moves here with Ethereum up to about 2750 to get rejected and then come through that 2250 and ultimately 2000. Similar to Bitcoin, Ethereum price action is still oversold, however, as it gradually moves toward the 30-hour RSI level. The question is if we will see bullish sentiment begin to increase. I think it's going to be a bull trap. I really do. I think I could see a bull trap forming here. Ripple price analysis following a 20% weekly crash. What's next for Ripple? Key support 58 cents, 50 cents. Key resistance 65.70. And I think we're going to push 70 cents. That's what I think is going on here. Minimum 65. After a very difficult last week, XRP appears to have found a good support level at 58, which has put a stop to the downtrend, at least momentarily. The resistance is not far off from, sits at 65, considering the price action. It may be the bulk of this correction is behind us and a relief rally to follow. Trading volume, the technical indicators. The volume is decreasing after a very intense sell-off from last week. This explains why the price managed to hold above the key support RSI. The daily RSI is found in the oversold area and is trying to escape by moving higher. The first attempt was rejected, but the current price action may lead to another try. MACD remains bearish and consolidation period may be needed before any reversal can take place. But that doesn't mean to me that we can't hit 70 cents real quick. The current bias is bearish, although sellers might be losing interest in taking it lower. The short-term prediction, it appears that one or more probable scenarios, at least for XRP, to indicate rather than dip further if the bulls manage to break key resistance 65 and XRP could rally up to 70 cents. That's what I see happening, ladies and gentlemen. So I have a class to teach in 13 minutes, but I wanted to do a post-daily close update. But like I said, I really think AAV is one to watch. It's come down to $150. I'm looking at the $147 level. I have 100% confidence in my own head that this should bounce up 10 to 13%. But I also have this hint in the back of my head that says this could be a trap, but it is a sideways and up. So you generally will get this bull trap, and this is exactly how we would do it and what you would expect. And then a quick pop-up. So I think that's what we're going to see with AV, and it's going to be quick and swift. If we can get it at the right time around 148.2, we could be looking at this quick move of about 17 to 20% here. So that's where I'm going. The cheap, if you're on Uphold, the fees are cheap as fuck with AV because you don't have to buy as many coins, because it's so expensive. So instead of buying thousands of coins, you might only be buying 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever your portfolio is, 100. So XRP Future Millionaire, consider highly what I'm telling you right now. XLM, if we do pump, I expect 22 cents. Similar style pump as AV. It's got a similar pattern. That's where I'd be going. I already own some XLM, but that's where I'd be going if I didn't have the opportunity to buy AVE, because they're going to be similar pumps, about 13 to 15 to 17%. Same thing with XRP. It's already moved up a little bit, but you're going to get about anywhere from, if we break that, but if we're going where I'm thinking 13.7, but it's going to be cheaper for me to buy AV. So sometimes it's all about cost effectiveness when it's not a long hold bag. That's my swing trade of $5,000. I have $5,000 in it. So if I can increase it by 15% here real quick before the Fed talks, I'd be a very happy camper. Consider what I'm saying. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't do anything stupid. I wouldn't take my advice. You shouldn't either, but you should take the advice of the charts, because I massage the charts. Oh, yes. And then the charts are good to me. Oh, Tom, you do a great job. So charts, am I on the right track? Oh, Tom, you see a great double bottom. Go with it. What does that mean? Oh, trust your instinct. Well, that's not really helpful. So you're telling me if I trust my instinct, DGB is going to bounce from here. And according to market setup, we possibly could get something like this. Oh, yes, Tom, that seems highly probable. So that's like 13% for DGB, up to 17 to 20 if we go up to the next level. So that's what I'm saying. I think we have a pump brewing across the board. Just pay attention because it could be a fake out, but I think we're going to have an ultimate fake out of a bull trap here. Also, keep your eyes on Algo and IOTA. Oh, keep your eyes on everything you're interested in right now because this could be across the board.